My name is Darth Maul.
Hello, Dominus Rael here. I just wanted to give my quick thoughts on the first 4 episodes of Maul Shadowlord. So I'm a big fan of the Clone Wars. I won't go into that here, but it's like my favorite Star Wars. And outside of maybe Andor, I think it's the best Star Wars. And Revenge of the Sith is the best Star Wars movie. Fight me. I liked it before the Clone Wars too, though, so the Clone Wars just made it better. So Maul Shadowlord, I think it's good. I feel like Maul is kind of out of, I don't know if I want to say fully out of character, but I feel like his whole revenge arc against these meaningless, in the grand scheme of things, crime lords feels silly. In my mind, I needed to know where Maul's mental state was to really buy it, because the only way that I can really rationalize it is that Maul is feeling so powerless and small that he's like, let me find anything that's smaller than me that I can make feel like Palpatine made me feel when he fought me in Savage on Mandalore. So that's like my only rationalization for Maul acting so one-mindedly against crime lords, which feels so small compared to him when he thinks he could rival Sidious and all that. I know he's looking for an apprentice too, but that's kind of my thought process on it, is like, I wish, again, I love the writing of Andor, and I love the Clone Wars, but I'm older, and so I'd kind of like to see it grow up a little more with me. I would kind of love to see that internal psychology of Maul and understand that basically he's just so inferior at this point that he's like, any little grudge to make himself feel big for 5 seconds. So that's kind of my thoughts on that, because it does feel weird to me. That's kind of how I rationalize it in my head. I think the whole cop aspect is cool, the like Spanish detective arc. I think that's cool. I feel like it's a little kind of stereotypical with like the family and the divorce. I'm interested to meet the wife. I'm like, maybe there will be something interesting there. That works for the Empire. I'm sure she'll show up. They're obviously setting her to show up in some way. And yeah, so I think that'll be interesting. And I really liked Maul. I like the Maul moments with Devin, and then I think I could see that going somewhere really cool. I don't feel like there's been any like standout, like, this is better than Clone Wars Maul. I haven't had that much love for what I've seen in the show. It's still solid. To me, it's kind of like, I would say it's like a 7 out of 10 so far. It's like, okay, this meets my expectations. It's like Robin and Young Justice. I'm whelmed. I'm cool with this. This isn't offensive. I haven't liked most of the modern Star Wars stuff. So I'm happy with this. It's good enough. We'll see if it's something that, like, to me, I feel like it has to be more than a 7 out of 10 for me to ever like rewatch it and hype it up to other people and recommend it personally. So it has to have some kind of like canon defining ending, even though we know where Maul ends up in Rebels, obviously. But yeah, so the episode 4, I felt like we got really close. Maul was giving like a speech to Devin and Daki during the final fight where he's like, the Jedi were powerful and you shouldn't be like this, basically like living in the gutter, and you have power for a reason. Why don't you use it? And so I really wanted that scene to go somewhere. I started to see like almost like a Judas impression from Maul, and I was like, please go here, where like Maul is like convinced the Force gave him power for a reason. The Force wouldn't want me in bondage. The Force gave me this power. It didn't give so-and-so the power. It gave me the power. The Force chose me to free people. Like he thinks he's like Space Moses to the Empire or something. I really wanted to like, I thought that would be just like a fun, interesting way to take Maul in this like more desperate kind of, ever since Palpatine whooped him on Mandalore in the Lawless episode, I feel like he needs like a mental break, like a new, it's like, really, Maul, of course you got this God complex, Maul. So like, I would love to see him like develop that in the show, and then have like the show end with like Vader beating it out of him, beating him into submission, so that he ends up where he is in Rebels, But yeah, so I went ahead and killed my voice to do a impression. So that's gonna play in a second, and basically it's what I wanted the Maul monologue to Docky to be. So that's what's gonna play next.
You feel it, don't you? That power inside you. Even now, buried beneath your fear, your discipline, your obedience. It calls. And yet, here you are, hiding in filth, in shadows, while lesser beings crawl across the surface, blind, weak, unworthy. Tell me, does that feel right to you? The Empire hunts you, not because you are powerless, but because you are not. Because you are dangerous. Because you are chosen. Do you truly believe that the Force would grant us such power only for us to cower in the dark? To watch? To endure? No. That is the lie they taught you. The lie that chained you. The Jedi preached restraint because they feared what we are. Feared what we would become. And the Sith, they twist that truth into cruelty and to domination without purpose. But even they never understood. The Force does not make mistakes. It does not accidentally create beings like us. It does not gift power without expectation. We were not meant to hide from it. We were meant to fulfill it. Look at this galaxy. Chaos, weakness, endless suffering beneath rulers who grasp power they were never meant to wield. And you? You would let that continue. You would deny what you are, so that they may rule. We could end it. You and I, together. Not as servants, not as fugitives, but as something greater. We could tear down the Empire, cast aside Vader, crush the Emperor, and in their place, we would bring order. True order. Not through fear, but through inevitability. Think about it. No more hiding. No more running. No more pretending that your power is a burden to be ashamed of. It is a gift, a calling, a purpose. The Force chose you, just as it chose me. Not to kneel, not to suffer, but to rule. Join me, and together we will give the Force what it has always demanded. Freedom through power.
Just for the B-roll, I've never played Star Wars Pod Racers Revenge or whatever it's called before, but I just needed something that was quick to download. that matched the video, and that was intense. I I don't really play racing games, and my heart was definitely racing at that last one. I was like, this is my last match before I just don't need any more B-roll, so I have to win. And the audio is off, obviously, but like the beepers are all going off saying I'm about to explode, and I'm like, please don't explode, please don't explode, please don't explode. And then I won. So yeah, that was just a little post-race interview for you. Um, subscribe, do whatever you feel like, and welcome to the channel. I'm glad you stayed this long. Let me know what you thought about Maul Shadow Lord so far, and where you would like to see the story go, and what you thought of my iffy impression. My voice is mostly recovered now. I was literally in tears. Um, but yeah, all right. I've been Dominus Rael, and you've been you. So thanks. Have a great day. Peace.